I want you to keep in mind that Errol Spence, 19-0 with 16 KOs, is the next mandatory for Kell Brook's IBF title at 147 pounds. Kell Brook is going to be taking on Kevin Bizier March the, the 26th, I believe, of 2016. And then after that, he gets to fight one voluntary. He's saying he wants to fight in June. So I'm guessing that Errol Spence, if he beats Chris Algieri, because that's who is rumored to fight, is going to be fighting for a title shot sometime later this year or in early 2017. I'm T-Street Controversy. This is T-Street Controversy Live. It's rumored that Errol Spence, 19-0 with 16 KOs, is going to be taking on 21-2 with 8 KOs. Chris Algieri, former WBO junior welterweight champion, April the, what's the date? Let me check. Yeah, April the 16th, 2016 on the Barclays Center. Also on that card, you're going to have WBO cruiserweight champion Glowacki versus Cunningham on the same card. We don't know for sure if this is going to, if it's going to be a stacked card or if, they already got one championship on the line, or if it's going to be a triple header. Basically, what I'm saying is this fight's going to be on primetime NBC, so Errol Spence is going to be getting a lot of exposure. That fight's going to do anywhere between 2 to 3 million households, which is an audience that Errol Spence has never seen before. So I'm thinking, is this a big push for Errol Spence, or are they going to add another fight to that card that's bigger than Errol Spence versus Chris Algieri? And you have to think, well, what fights can they add that's bigger than that? So looking at it as it's looking like it's going to be the main event, Errol Spence is good. He's very good. There's some unanswered questions about him, mostly because if you look at his resume, the biggest names that he's fought has been Chris Van Herden, and if you look on his record, Alejandro Barrera in his last fight, Phil Greco, Samuel Vargas, Javier Castro. There's nothing there. So if you look at Chris Algieri, we know he fought Emmanuel Taylor. We know he beat Ruslan Provodnikov in a tough fight. We know he fought Manny Pacquiao. He fought Amir Khan in a very competitive fight. And then in his last fight, he fought Eric Bonet gave Sean Porter some problems earlier in the fight. So I'm thinking, why would Chris Algieri at this point in time in his career accept a fight like this when he's going in as the B-side, as the underdog? Maybe it's the, maybe he feels he has something that he can bring to the table to maybe outwork. I'm trying to figure out how Chris Algieri can beat Errol Spence. Can he outwork him? I don't see Chris Algieri outboxing the Errol Spence. Chris Algieri can move, and Chris Algieri is going to be Errol Spence's most agile opponent, but what else does Chris Algieri bring to the table that we feel he can beat the very skilled and strong young Errol Spence? I don't know. So I'm thinking, he looked at the fact that, well, listen, it's going to be on national television. You can't pass up that deal. If you're getting the main event on national television, NBC, you can't pass that up. Also, we heard in the past that this fight was offered to Chris Algieri, but Chris Algieri wanted to take what is looking like now a tune-up against Eric Bonet, because Chris Algieri was offered Errol Spence in 2015. I guess we can now confirm that he turned the fight down because he wanted to get a win under his belt. He didn't want to go straight from losing to Amir Khan or fighting Amir Khan to fighting a guy like Errol Spence. But the fact that he's taking the fight, shout out to Chris Algieri. And also Chris Algieri is a big draw up there in New York. This fight's going to be taking place in the Barclays Center. And I don't know. I might go to that one. That might be the first fight of 2016 I actually go to. I'm actually moving. I'm getting the office. It's a long story. Google Hangout is returning. So after every major fight, I'm going to be doing a live streaming video. And we'll save all the details for another video. Also, stay tuned for the website. I'll be announcing the name of the website soon. I'm T-Street Controversy. This is T-Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe.